because I think Warm Space has done some very positive things, but I think it's just the first step. How would you imagine, maybe this space particularly, but the Warm Spaces more generally, what would you like to see from them?
I think for me personally, it would be more skills.
Right.
I love craft, and I'll do any craft. I'll try anything, and for me, I would like that. But also, there's things like creative writing, stuff like that. You know, just trying to think.
But you would get friendship as well, not just the crafting or anything. It's friendship
and more.
Yes. Yeah.
It really is, isn't it? And again, I think it's that thing of. Well, I've been thinking that the warmth of the Warm Space is actually the warmth of community and conversation, rather than having a warm room or a warm cup of tea.
I actually live in Hatton,
right?
Up at Hatton Downs, and before I came here, I wasn't in a very good place at all. Yeah. I really wasn't, and you know, I feel like I've had a huge set of arms wrapped around me and been included, and it's the first time since I moved to the northeast of England that I've really felt genuinely included.
Oh, that's because I'm a Hetton person, and that's the way.
Exactly.
Well,
it's not just that though. It's like you don't see me as different. You know, because I'm from down south, and most people think I've got like quite a posh voice, and they think I'm a bit of a snob, but I'm not.
Who said that?
My son-in-law's from Sunderland, and he calls me Mrs. Bucket. But I mean that's for me. That's been the important thing.
Yeah.
It's lifted me up out of somewhere where I didn't like being.
Yeah.
We're just pleased to see new faces, Liz. We're just trying to get people in. I mean, it's lovely. John's come as well. Johnny is
I come on to the coffee morning on a Monday as well, but my husband actually comes with me on a Monday, and he's not a very sociable person, but he actually started talking to people, didn't he?
It's really lovely because he's handy. He made our dishwasher work.
Brilliant. You know, but that is what it's about, isn't it? It's that kind of community and kind of talking to one
I mean,
another.
before I came here, I did try a couple of places in Durham.
Right.
And I walked into the place and I thought, this is not me.
Right.
But you walk into here, and I was nervous by coming into here.
Right.
But walking into here, it felt right, because I'd been to these other two places, and I thought,
well, this might be a difficult question, but what was it about this place that felt like that for you?
Well, I've just been talking. We've just been talking about it. Where I live is in Durham, so you've got a lot of university people, and the two places I went to, there were wives of university,
right.
and it was a little bit too
hybrid.
Yeah.
And they weren't my age; they were a lot younger.
Right.
And I just didn't feel right walking in.
Right.
You know when you walk into a place whether it's for you or not, and them two places weren't for me.
It was instant for me when I came in here.
Yeah.
I was like waiting outside till I found Audrey, because I'd actually met Audrey.
Because somebody knew to come in
so
with.
That's the other interesting thing is, I think I'm finding with a lot of Warm Spaces, is that it's that word of mouth. It's not just word of mouth, but it's somebody giving you the what's the right word?
The lowdown.
Yeah, and to say not only can you come, but it would be really great if you did, sort of thing. It's that.
Well, you got in touch with me on Facebook, didn't you? And I said, have a look up and just see.
Yeah.
And like I was just saying, going back to that again, you know whether the place is for you or not.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's the difficult thing with promoting places or the kind of advertising of places is. It's that first step over the.
I mean, I know I've been on about this place is sort of like out of the way. I know Anne said there's a bus stop, but if you've got a car, and unless you live nearby, you've got a car, you can bring yourself in. You know, but a bus, I don't know. I wouldn't get the bus.
Yeah.
There's a huge housing estate here, isn't there?
And
I was shocked at how few people just walked in from the housing estate. that first day I said to Kevin, oh my goodness me, because my husband has to drive me, and I said, oh, I thought like there'd be loads of people in here, and I was like,
I know, yeah.
Well, we were just saying, weren't we?
When I came here in 1976, when I moved here, I was shocked at how few people who lived around the doors. There was one or two in each street, but most of them had lived up here and moved down the bank or moved somewhere else and still came back. But to try and get these people in round the doors, I don't know what you do.
Do you know, it's a younger generation thing, I swear, because I've been trying to get my daughter to come, just so, because she's always at home with her partner, because he has a disability. I was like, it'll do you good, a couple of hours, it's just for you. And she was like, well, I can't because it doesn't finish till 3 and I've got to be at the school by 10 past, which is the other side of Hetton.
But you could leave early.
Well, exactly. No, it's just bonkers.
But I think the idea of community centres, though, and community spaces is a kind of alien idea to a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
And it's why,
Well, we're on about generation, the younger ones.
Yeah. It's.
They haven't got. I don't think they've got the same sort of sense of community that we have.
Yeah.
No.
I really genuinely don't.
A lot of people don't know their next door neighbours.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, again, I think a lot of places now are built without that central community place in mind. Think of all the places like libraries, churches, even working men's clubs, social clubs, things like that. Don't exist.
Being
nowhere to
involved
go.
in guiding for a long time, I've always been used to being very community orientated, but that was down south, and again I think it's a whole different ball game down there to up here.
Different people, aren't
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
They're not as friendly, I don't think.
Well, you go
What, down there?
in down London.
Well, I wasn't in London, I was outside of London, but
you go to other, you don't just come here, you go to other.
I'm the Mothers Union leader at church and different things.
Right.
I did go to Space 4, but I did stop going too.
Right.
I might give it another go if it's changed.
But Friday afternoons I like that's coffee and cake, and they do, a little bit crafty.
Yeah.
Well, you should give it a go.
Yeah.
So do you go to other warm spaces as well then, or?
Not warm spaces on Hetton Downs where I live.
Right.
I live in High Down Square, and we have a community centre that's for all the bungalows.
Right.
And they do a very similar thing to this on a Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
So I do this and I do that.
Right.
But the majority of people at that craft group are over 80.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, I don't mind it because I'm quite interested in history and local history and all that. So I love listening to them all talk about, when the husbands were down the pits and all of that.
Fascinating.
But, yeah.
So there you again, we're coming back. It's an age thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an age thing.
It is,
Yeah.
it is. Well, I can understand, people with children, when I have children, you can't come out and leave them, so somebody's got to be in the house.
Yeah.
And
Or you bring them with you.
Yeah.
And this is it, so that they're tied in and they can't get out, or even when they can, they don't choose.
But I've even noticed things like the parents at the school gates, because now you have to stand outside their classroom and literally get them coming out of their classroom.
Yeah.
But the parents aren't friendly. They don't. There's the odd one or two that talk to each other, but nobody else other than that's my friend and
That's exactly,
they don't seem to talk in a wider group. I mean, I remember when my kids were younger, there was about 20 of us that all stood in a big circle.
We did, we used to go a bit earlier so you could have a big chat.
But that's it, isn't it? I think, but it's also providing space for that to happen. I think we need spaces in which people feel like they can have a chat.
Cars and goes home now.
Yeah, absolutely.
My days, I had to walk a mile and a half each way to get my kids to and from school.
Yeah.
We're like children with Piggy used to walk down to Keeping now to get the bus. I mean, mine always walk down and walk through. And now they get the bus.
Or a lift.
Oh, have you seen what it's like outside that school at home time?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought it was a traffic jam the first time I went down there and sat behind it for about 20 minutes.
She got the X1, she was going to the galleries, and they got on at the church, and they got off at the bottom of the new bottle bank, Grasswell.
Cresswell.
Move up to school. And this is it, they won't walk. I mean,
But it's not just that, they're very intimidating, aren't they? Teenagers these days.
Any group of children and you're one person on your own.
Yeah.
It's intimidating. But I think it's an age thing. That's what used to be bothered when
I wouldn't
It
dare
is.
have
It is an
one.
age thing. I mean, again, when I was at school, we did, didn't we? We did knitting and sewing and and they don't seem to do that. They don't do anything like that now.
No, it's
So
design
therefore they-
technology.
Yeah.
So therefore, they wouldn't be interested in doing any knitting or crochet
things
or
Oh, I don't know. I've
anything
taught
like
both
that. Because
my granddaughters. They're 6 and 5. They can both
And then,
prostitute now.
yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, it's funny. Don't know if there's any quick solutions to it, but
it's nice to sit and talk and with your friends.
Yeah.
isn't it? It's well, okay.
Solves a lot of problems.
They do more talking than crafting.
Yeah, sorry, I've stopped everyone doing any crafting by
it's a
getting this
shame
thing
you
out.
weren't here another day, like last week.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot more
Hey, well,
people.
I'll pop back. This is my job apparently. Coming in and seeing things like
Yeah,
this. So
yeah.
I'll pop back certainly. Yeah,
And you
I'm
might
coming
get
to- I'm
some.
coming to the Beetle
You might
next
get
week
some
as
more feedback from the other people
absolutely.
as well.
I'm
You know.
happy to do that. That's
We're all
I love to do that.
friendly.
Do you know
Yeah.
how to play with Bible?
haven't got a clue.
No, that's what stops me because I can't remember since my guiding days.
I can read a
I know if you throw a dice, you get a
Oh,
body part.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Me and my little lad play
Ahead.
Beetle.
Yes.
Yeah, he loves it.
Oh, they're very competitive as well. I had to go
Yeah.
what, and because I wasn't quick enough.
Yeah.
But
Well,
maybe
I
to
think you
encourage the
don't
men,
have to be
maybe
quick.
it's
We do
darts
go
and
slower.
dominoes and
Yeah.
But you
cribbage.
still pick up the
You might
speed.
at chess. You
Yeah.
might actually get my
Oh, no, I
hubby
do
to
know
come out
Beetle, yeah.
for that sort of thing.
Well,
Well, if you play bingo, you might win 50 pence, you know,
yeah,
for a house.
so-
Oh, no.
well, now,
How was it?
Is it?
It is these
How
days.
much is it?
£4 a house.
Easy.
well,
Kind
as a member of the council, I wouldn't be able to accept.
Oh, no.
That's on record. Wait until it's turned off, and then I'll be clearing up.
Which you've just put on record.
Yeah, exactly.